Hello everyone, it's Mother's Day and happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. I'm just walking around my yard and I was thinking, I needed to make a video. And you know what? A mother is a wonderful thing to have. It's a blessing. It's just something that is beyond measure. And not saying that fathers aren't, but a mother is a mother. I mean, there's no other way of describing anything other than that. I don't really know how to put into words what a mother is without sounding idiotic. But some mothers aren't mothers at all. And I had one of those mothers, and my children, or my son has one of those mothers, and my two daughters doesn't. But my grandmother is my mother. She was the one that, when my mother, my biological mother, just took off, she took and raised us children up, and she taught us love and compassion. She taught us empathy, among so many other valuable lessons. And she still does, even in her 80s, And today's Mother's Day, and I plan on going out there and we're going to visit with her. But I really don't know what this video was supposed to be about. I just wanted to say that not all of us can understand what it's like to have, your mother as a woman that is loving and kind and nurturing. But I was fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, to actually see both sides of the coin. And, I think that's one thing that's helped me in my life, is knowing that the way my real mom, my biological mother was not right. And there's still a lot of things I'm having to deal with and process through that, and I'm realizing that I need to start from the bottom and work my way up, because she had such an influence on me in my early development that I think it really skewed a lot of my things, which is what led me to be with my ex-wife and led me down such a path of turmoil and just, I don't know what you'd call it, hell. So I think I'm going to try to start figuring out how to start again, where to begin at, because every time I keep trying to start over, I keep falling backward. And I think that's because I keep coming from a place to build from who I think I was. And that person who I was the person who fell for all that bullshit and didn't have enough of myself, that I felt like I needed it from someone else. Most of my memories of my mother are not the best. And the ones that I think are good, I've been analyzing lately, and there's flawed, because they're a child who found contentment, who found happiness, who found joy in only making that person happy. I never found any happiness in myself. In any of my memories, I was never happy about who I was. I was never happy with anything I did. And I'm still that way. I've been really depressed lately. I feel like if I'm not achieving something, then I'm not good enough. If I'm not in... I put my worth in other things except for myself, and I don't know how not to do that. My last accomplishment was I had a company, and I ran it well, and I did good work, and I put a lot of myself in my work, and I took pride in my work, and people were proud of me, and I got gratification off of that. And I think that's kind of where that started, was with my mom. I know I'm still the same person who can do that work and still do the good work, and still, but it's just not the same, because I wasn't doing it because I wanted to do the work. I was doing it because that's the only thing that made me happy. in a time when that's all I could do. And it wasn't because I was good at the work. It's because those people were seeing something in me that nobody else was. And I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I guess I'm saying I never have found approval for myself. I've never been proud of myself just for me being me. I've always had to have it come from someone else first, you know. And here lately I've been thinking about going back into my line of work. But the more I've done it, the more I've realized this is not what I want. This is not who I am. And the reasons why I'm doing it now are different than they were before, you know. And I just don't get the same stuff. I mean, it's not what it was. Because whenever it was making me, it was sustaining me, really. Not only emotionally, but, you know, financially and everything. But this is when I was with my narc, and I was dying inside being here, and everything that I found joyous, she would snuff out. But, and that was the only thing that I had. And I don't want to be just a one-trick pony either. I mean, there's more to me. I know that there is. It's just finding it and getting it out. And that's why, you know, when I was with my grandmother, you know, she loved me for who I was. Good and bad. She was always kind and accepting and patient and tolerant, but firm. She would always be honest with me. Even when I didn't want to hear it, she would call me on my stuff. She was a remarkable woman. She is a remarkable woman. And I think those qualities are qualities that I like. You know, those are in me. And I'm sorting those qualities out from the other qualities that I don't like. And so what is left? You know, I've got these questions going on in my head all the time. You know, what is left of me? You know, because I know I'm not like everyone else, you know, and there's nothing wrong with materialistic things if that's what's your thing. But, you know, I've just never been that way, you know. Never really cared. And, because I don't dress like everyone else. I don't act like everybody else. I don't care about, you know, what's in pop culture. I don't care about the music that's in pop culture. In some ways, I've always been my own person, and that I don't know if that's defiant because of like my mom and my ex. You know, if I picked people that were into that kind of stuff, I said I don't know, you know, because they were very, very much like that. Yeah, and there's so many things I'm trying to figure out and sort out. And it's like I keep having to restart, and I don't know if that's something to do with the PTSD or if it's just normal process of figuring stuff out. I do know that I still have a goal of wanting to help people. And here in a few years, you know, my daughter's, well, one's trying to move out now, or she's getting in the mindset of doing it. She's preparing for it. And that's good. That is a good thing. Not that I want her to move out, but it's just that she's at that stage in her life that, you know, she's ready to take that next step and be an adult. And in a way that lets me know that I've done something right, because I think she's going to be okay. And I'll be here if she needs me. And then her sister's right behind her, you know, just a year behind her. And with my ex not letting me see my son, you know, where does that leave me? That leaves me by myself, and then who am I going to be like that? If those things are stripped away from me, and I think that's what God has done in this. He's stripped the bullshit away. Not that my kids are bullshit, but everything that isn't me, even though they're a part of my life and all that, they aren't me, they're themselves. And I think that, you know, maybe he's He's wanting me to be happy with me. But I've got to figure out who that is, and whenever they're gone, I'm still going to be a father, but I won't be the dad in the respect that I was before. I will just be their dad, you know, and that's cool, you know. But like I said, I mean, once all that stuff is stripped away, and what is left? And all I can think about is, I don't know. And is there any of it that I should try to hold on to, you know? Do I want to hold on to any of it? Why should I hold on to any of it? Why do I need all these things? Do I need all these things? I mean, it's just, here lately it's been a really, really big load on my mind. We're drawing closer to the court date, and that's been weighing on my mind. And I'm in a relationship, and that's been on my mind. And just this process of going through all this stuff it's a lot. And you know, I'm glad that I'm actually able to handle it as well as I have been, but I have slacked off on all my, I haven't been exercising, I haven't been doing yoga, I haven't been meditating, I haven't been doing any of the stuff that was helping me before. And it's not that I'm a part, those things are who I am, it's just, I like them, you know. I completely gave up on, you know, learning anything more, you know. I just, kind of like I've hit a wall. I don't know if any of y'all have ever done that, where you just hit a wall, but I don't give a shit anymore. Or just completely shutting down and going into kind of like it was when you was with the narc, where you just shut down, you completely shut off, and you're just on coast mode. And I mean, how do you quit doing that? I mean, before, I mean, I had a drive. Where did that shit go? Was it fueled by the narc? Was it fueled by my hate? Was it fueled by my pain? Was it fueled by sadness, hope? What? What drove me on? I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to quit. I want to keep going on. I want to keep fighting forward. And, you know, I want to keep conquering each day. Even if I don't have a victory today, even if I don't succeed, there's tomorrow. But I'm kind of impatient when it comes to stuff like that. I want to be done, you know, and I know that that's not a thing that can be done. I mean, I gotta work through all this stuff. And anyway, I'm just kind of rambling, but I don't know. I just wanted to say, you know, I'm just walking up and down. If in case you notice the sky and all that moving in the circle with. If you have a good mom, you know, if your dad was a narc or somebody in your family, your wife, you know, any parent really, but there is value, such value in a mother, and there's value in fathers. But today is the Mother's Day video, and as much as I love my kids, and I'm not saying that mothers love differently, but I think, you know, a father's love and a mother's love are two different kinds of love. And not that one's any better or any different. I mean, there's all kinds of cheeses. I mean, it's kind of lame. I mean, they're all cheese, they're all good, you know. But there's just different flavors of ice cream. Not that any's any better. We all have our preferences. But a mother's love is just something. And if you have a good mother, you should really take the time to tell her today how much she means to you, and really put some thought into what she's done for you in your life, and how much of that has made you the person you are today. Not that that's who you are, because of it, you know. Anyway, things sound better in my head. But I haven't been able to. My social interaction skills are pretty poor. But from isolation, man, that shit kills you. You get locked away in a tower, and you forget how to talk to people. You forget how to act around people. except for that little bit of interaction that you were allowed. But I'd like to hear what y'all's comments are, and just like and share these videos if you don't mind. And happy Mother's Day.